Welcome back to today's Global here on BBC World News. Let's return to our main story, to Texas, where an abandoned lorry has been discovered in the US state there, close to the border with Mexico, with the bodies of 50 people believed to be migrants inside. Mexicans, Guatemalans and Hondurans were among the dead. Well, let's talk now to Gabriela Sanchez. She's an expert on migration policy and the author of Human Smuggling and Border Crossings. Gabriela, thank you for joining us here on the programme. I think I'm right in saying that this highway is really close to where you live. I mean, this is a horrifying development, isn't it?
It is indeed.
And in terms of the people trafficking, just tell me, where are we in the US, the border areas? Has it remained static? Is it declining? Is it increasing?
First of all, we are not talking about human trafficking in this case. This is an instance of migrant smuggling. This is a facilitation for profit of the entry of a person into a country different from his or her own. At this point along the US-Mexico border, given rules, strategies that were imposed during the Trump administration, people are unable to apply for asylum as they approach a port of entry. That has encouraged many migrants to pursue alternative mechanisms to cross the border, but also the proliferation of services that, for a fee, facilitate these transits. And we have definitely seen an increase in terms of the strategies, the frequency, and the numbers of people who turn to this kind of transit.
You said an increase in strategies. Tell me a little more about the tactics that perhaps some of these gangs use, because it is notoriously difficult, isn't it, for the authorities?
First of all, we have to keep in mind that migrant smuggling is not facilitated by a single structure or a single form of facilitator. Many of them actually operate on their own. We have also seen an increase of migrants who, because they have been excluded from the market due to the increase in prices, who pursue their own journeys. This is a specific kind of strategy of transporting people on the back of lorries and has been on the increase, especially in the sector of South Texas. Over the last few months, the local Customs and Border Enforcement Agency has been documenting increasing numbers of people riding, along this specific highway, using this very specific modus operandi. So this is something that was anticipated and that was very likely to happen. At the same time, this is not the first time that we have an incident of this kind.
It is not, but the magnitude of this one, certainly we've had a response from the White House describing it as heartbreaking. We've had a response from Mexico's president. But in terms of what needs to actually change, if you had to say just a couple of things that would make a difference, what would they be?
Provide equal access to people, to visas and passports, regardless of their race, regardless of their nationality, regardless of their class. That would facilitate their entry and that would eliminate the need for migrant smugglers.
Gabriela Sanchez, we will leave it there, but thanks so much for joining us here on BBC News.
Thanks.